There are many, so many racing games on the store. Most of these are basic games that use the default Unity assets, sounds, and physics. It seems like there is no creativity left in this section whatsoever, but it wasn't always like this. If we just go back 7 to 11 years ago, these kind of games were almost non-existent. In fact, the newest racing games that we play and talk about today are actually made before 2018, which shows how bad the last 6 years for mobile racing games actually are. Nowadays, nobody likes a game unless it has great graphics, multiplayer, and realism, but there is one aspect that's currently left behind: the fun factor. Realism doesn't equal fun, and that's what we're talking about today. It's the year 2017. You finally finish your daily life tasks, and it's time for some fun. You pick up your phone and enter an app with a yellow hatchback on its icon. This is Raleigh Fury. Raleigh Fury, or Raleigh Fury Extreme Racing as it's called on the store, is one of these games that appeared suddenly like many others from its time. But even though it's meant to be basic, it has gained itself a place among the most loved racing games ever, for mobile at least. The main reason why Raleigh Fury is beloved is simply how perfect it accomplished its goals. Raleigh Fury is an arcade rally racing game that's published by Refuel Games. This game throws realism out the window. You can literally hit 280 km per hour on dirt while your car is barely a few centimeters above the ground. And speaking of ride height, one thing I love about Raleigh Fury is the way cars are made. They don't look realistic, there are barely any details. They don't take inspiration from real cars like in other games. Every car is purely fictional, well, except the Origa, because this is definitely a generic Lancer. The customization is very limited, yet perfectly balanced. You don't get to make liveries yourself. You have a bunch of stuff to choose from. The creativity comes with how you layer them. Even with simple mechanics, you can make a beautiful looking machine. The devs of Refuel Games implemented this perfectly. Also, there's this feature that I must talk about: the presets. Each car has 4 slots for designs, which makes it possible to make 4 different designs for a single car, something we don't see in new racing games. Also, another thing I like about the cars in this game is how they are categorized. During the writing of this video, we have 9 different cars, but there are actually 27 because every car has 3 variants: A for the basic starter variant, B for the more amateur variant, and S is where you'll find the beasts. The nice part is that the difference between classes is visible in the model. From A to B, they look slightly more aggressive. From B to S, they get special exclusive liveries and looks even more aggressive. Another thing I truly love about the cars in this game is how each car plays and how balanced they actually are. Listen to this: no car is better than the other. But wait, isn't the Thunder clearly the best because of its speed and extreme boost? Well, no. The way cars are made in this game ensures that every car has pros and cons. Let me show you an example. The Taipan has the best acceleration in the game, which makes it great when exiting corners, but in return, its engine and boost aren't great, resulting in slow top speed. Now let's look at the Thunder. It has plenty of engine power, but it's bad at accelerating. If these two cars perform greatly in different things, they'll still be competitive to each other. When put on a track with fair amount of straights and fair amount of corners, the Thunder will conquer the straights, but when it comes to the corners, it'll slow down, losing its progress, causing the Taipan to catch up, resulting in very similar results despite the pace difference. Now this doesn't apply only to these two cars. It's the same with every car. Also, another thing I realized the game is secretly doing is how the cars are separated into three different types: compact, sports, and weird. This is not officially announced though, but I think it's true. Anyway, here's why I think this. Each car type is perfectly balanced, with two cars being good at different things, and the third is the middle between both. The compact class has the Cruise, Taipan, and the Origa. The Cruise has the best boost and a decent top speed, while the Taipan has the best acceleration and a fair handling, and the Origa is the middle ground between both. The sport class is consistent of the Atlantis, Phoenix, and Raven. The Raven is good at top speed and acceleration. The Phoenix has a decent boost but lacks on speed and acceleration. Both cars have the same handling, and the Atlantis again is the middle ground, being in the middle between the two. As much as I love this balance of performance, it didn't last long. When I first played this game, there were only 7 cars, with the Thunder being the final, which is one of the best balanced cars on the game, by the way. But as much as I love this game and as much as I glaze it, like any other game, it had a flaw, a major one. At some point in 2022, we got a new car that has ruined the game, the Redback. It's just a trophy truck, right? What thing could it have possibly done? Well, it didn't just ruin the game, it broke it. Don't get me wrong, I've always been a fan of trophy trucks. What I'm saying is how poorly balanced this vehicle is. I've talked about how perfectly balanced cars are in this game. The thing is, this car actually breaks that perfection. It has nearly perfect stats, no cons, just pros. The only thing that we can consider bad about this car is the acceleration, but its boost is so powerful that it covers up the poor acceleration anyway, and because of its great handling, it can easily drift and refill its boost. Even though its boost is weaker than the Type R, it's actually more powerful if we look at it from a different way, because of how easy it is to refuel the boost, which results in the car having great stats, making it the best car in the game, just by a fraction, see? By a huge margin. Also, there is the newly added Cyclone, which in my opinion is not the best idea. It looks weird. The progression in this game is pure classic, something you'll only find in these old games. The career starts with a simple tutorial. Currently there are 6 different maps, each one has 24 races including 12 time trials, and then 12 races that takes the same route as the time trials but against other cars. Before you start each race you can choose a power up, double cash, boost magnet, and temporary max stats for the car you're using. The total amount of races is 144, 72 time trials and 72 races. The maps are semi-open world to some extent, with the races being just routes drawn on specific roads of the map. The maps are Greenfield, which is the first track you're supposed to start with, the Circuit, which is a circuit, Alpine Mountain is a snowy mountain that is just beautifully designed. The layout is incredible. Desert Canyon. The name speaks for itself. Also, it is my favorite map. Tropical Island. Again, the name speaks for itself. It's a tropical island. And Country Hills, the latest addition to the game and unsurprisingly the most detailed. Also there is a bonus one, which is the test track, only available on the free ROM and others. Now we're done talking about track, let's get back to the career. There is a challenge mode which is consistent of short events about completing a specific goal, like for example a skill test. A skill test. It's an event where you drive in a small section of the map that has obstacles you must navigate through. Pursuit is about catching up the cars placed ahead on the track until you get on front. And Con Attack is about hitting a specific amount of cons placed on the track. Then there is a checkpoint. It's a countdown race in which hitting the checkpoints increases the time. Also, here is what I feel so much nostalgia about in the career mode. The game uses the classic star system in which you get stars on an event depending on your finish results and additional 2 if you complete the side challenges of the race. My favorite thing about these side challenges is that they encourage the player to use different cars because some of them need a specific car to complete. Also, last year they added a quick race mode, which is amazing. I could talk forever and never be able to express how I feel about this career mode. This is how beautifully designed it is. Okay, enough talking career mode. The settings are simple, direct and nicely designed for easy use. This is a game from 2017 after all. No one cared about high graphics that required extreme tuning just to look good without lagging. You can turn on or off the brake assist, steering assist and auto accelerate, opacity of the controls and sensitivity of how you turn. You can change the camera view, there is a fair amount of languages, and it supports gamepad. This is one of the few games that uses a controller steering. I love it. Then there are the basic settings like HUD opacity, night brightness, opponent names opacity, game resolution if you happen to lag, which I highly doubt, and the turn directions arrow. There are also volume sliders, one for sound and other for music. But trust me, you wouldn't want to turn that off because, oh yeah, the soundtracks are something else. Take a listen. Yeah, I get it, the soundtracks are from freesfx.com, but the fact that they choose these specifically is just so fitting and incredible. Okay, I'm glazing a bit, but if you have nostalgia with this game like me, you will understand. Unlike other games from that era, it takes advantage of the Google Play games to the core. Rally Fury has 2 in-game currency, credits and tokens. Credits are used to buy, upgrade cars and change tires. On the other hand, tokens are used in the customizing sector. This can be gained through races as well as multiplayer races. Yeah, that's right, the online multiplayer. And oh yeah, it's so fascinating. You can participate in online races with multiple players on a random track. I love how stable it is. Fun fact, due to how stable the multiplayer is, the devs didn't take the lazy solution of turning off the collision in order to make the races clean. I'm looking at you, Asoluto. You can also make a custom room to play with your mates. I know that I've been glazing this game, and I think some of you think I'm overreacting, but this is where things take a turn. Even with everything I said about Rally Fury, it's still a basic game, and it tends to have flaws. The career system might be amazing, but it still doesn't limit your choice of cars, making it easily exploitable. The free drive doesn't allow you to enjoy your time freely. The game may feel repetitive easily. The token system makes customizing your car so frustrating. The ads that play after each race when playing with internet, the collision in the multiplayer might ruin your whole race if your connection lags slightly, and the worst of all, the red back. Since the red back was added, the multiplayer was ruined. Every lobby is full of redbacks now. You will never be competitive against them if you don't use one yourself. As much as beautiful this game is, it still has a lot of shortcomings. But when you view them from a different view, they are a part of why this game is fascinating. Fighting redbacks in multiplayer can be viewed as a challenge, therefore beating one feels so rewarding. Despite the game being called Rally Fury, it spits in the face of every rally racing enthusiast because of how illogical it is. Out of the 9 cars, only 4 are logically rally capable. That's somehow beautiful. Rally Fury is one of those games that are one of a kind. These games that don't care about what the future will say. By the time it was released, it looked outdated. It's even more outdated now, but that's what makes it amazing. Nowadays, Rally Fury still gets updates from time to time, but it's still the same masterpiece it was 8 years ago. Yeah, sure, like every game, it has flaws, but its flaws only add to its uniqueness. This is Rally Fury.